Today I figured I would show y'all this Kroger bag here full of all the stuff that the internet told me would fix me. Today's video is brought to you by Helix Sleep. Save 27% off site-wide when you use my code Alexandria at the link below in the description. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope y'all are having a lovely, wonderful, fantastic day. Today I'm coming at ya. Square forehead and all here. Precisely. This is precisely who I look like. Arrow, one of the villains from Twilight. I think the resemblance is uncanny, especially if I still had like my full-on widow's peak. I look even more like the square-headed gentleman from Twilight. Oh boy, okay, what an introduction. All right, so in one of my last videos I filmed, I talked to you guys about how my skin is just not very good. The moisture, gone. The crinkliness, very present. The like definitely looking my age, like plus maybe several years once I put on foundation and powder and like actual makeup and stuff, an issue. There's absolutely nothing wrong with looking your age or older or however you look. Aging is a beautiful gift, but I would love it if my makeup did not look so crinkly after I'm done doing like my entire skincare routine and putting on my makeup. Sometimes, especially like if I do my makeup without my glasses on, I'm like looking in the mirror, I'm all fuzzy, I'm like, oh my gosh, I look airbrushed. And then I put on my glasses or actually put my contacts in and I'm like, what is that? So we had discussed in one of my last Sephora Advent unboxings, like what's going on with my face. And today I figured I would show y'all this Kroger bag here full of all the stuff that the internet told me would fix me. So I thought we could go through this together, kind of a get ready with me while doing like a little bit of a product review. And then if you guys have any information on how to make my skin better, go ahead and pop it down below in the comments. I'm gonna zoom you guys in here so you can really see what's going on with the skin. I think maybe the light's too bright. So really, let's get it turned down a little bit here. How do we do this? All right, so my skin isn't as bad, especially like dryness wise, as it has been. So maybe some of the products are actually working. But what we got going on up here is like, you know, I have like little wrinkles and stuff. I don't know if you guys can see, like it just looks and feels so dehydrated and kind of like sandpapery. Can you hear that? So I have a lot of general dryness, like just all the way around my face. Over here, I have these fun like little red bumps that are down here in the bottom of my like jowl area. I actually think it might be a touch of the KP. I have KP on my legs and my arms, and apparently it can spread to your face. It's so fun. But again, it is very dry. Here around my nose, I do have some just like irritation. I do have lupus, so I get like a rash that goes across my cheeks and across my nose. Sometimes my nose has kind of been like flaring up today. Sometimes my nose will just swell and get red, which is fun. I have like some weird bumpies right here on my eyebrow that like never go away. It's just that one spot and it causes me to lose hair. And then one of my biggest problem areas is actually like this part, like the goatee area. Anytime that I put on makeup, no matter how little foundation, how little anything, it just looks so weird and cakey above my lip. And then my chin, I have a lot of issues with. It's super, super textured and dry, especially right here. I have some like acne scar blemishes and stuff, but I also have some scarring from when Taters was little and he had his first seizure. We didn't know what's going on, so I tried to give him mouth-to-mouth. Anyway, that didn't go well and he ended up biting me in the chin. So I have a couple of scars here that have been fairly flat for a long time, and for some reason now they're starting to raise. But I mean, this area is just, it's so dry. I feel like you could like file your fingernails on it. And just in general, my face is very dry, and then I put my makeup on and it looks ridiculous. So let's go through everything here. I don't have a lick of anything on my face right now. It is crunchy feeling. We'll go through everything here. This is stuff that a lot of it has come from TikTok recommendations. Maybe I should go ahead and get them all out of the Kroger bag. Several things. All right, so the only thing I have done so far is wash my face. I was recommended this face wash. This is the, and I need to know how to say it because I'm about to say it like 15 times, La Roche-Posay.
It's not La Roche-Posay, it's La Roche-Posay.
La Roche-Posay. I feel like that was kind of slightly close. So the La Roche-Posay Toleriane Moisturizing Milky Cleanser for dry to sensitive skin. It says it gently cleanses, hydrates, and soothes face and eyes. It's supposed to be soap-free, sulfate-free, fragrance-free, dermatologist tested. all of the things. So this is the only thing that I have used on my face so far today, and I will say that I like the texture of it. My face doesn't feel like stripped down, squeaky clean after it's been cleaned. Now I know some people don't like that feeling of it being like, you know, not like ee, but I'm hoping that this is doing the job, getting all like the dirt and the grime and stuff off. I do wash with it twice, even though my skin doesn't feel like a wet latex balloon after. It feels pretty nice, so I hope that's doing something. Now after my face is clean and dry, I use a couple of different options, because even though I still want moisture to be like the main component of what's happening to my face, I also would like to address the wrinklings and the 30-year-old things. So the internet has suggested a myriad of things for anti-aging. I can't even fathom, like the number, the limit doesn't exist probably of how many anti-aging things there are out there in the world. But one of the first like obvious anti-aging items is a retinol. This one's a Paula's Choice 1% retinol treatment with peptides. We'll talk about them in a second. Peptides and vitamin C. This says it targets deep wrinkles and reveals firmer looking skin. Sounds wonderful, but because my skin is so dry and flaky, I'm afraid to use something like this too often. So I've been using this like 1 time a week. Is retinol 1 time a week effective? It has been several days since I've used the retinol, so I'm going to put it onto like my perfectly dry skin. I'm going to concentrate mainly on my forehead, the places that I'm actually more concerned about, like fine lines and wrinkles and stuff, because I feel when I put it in my cheek area, it tangles a bit more than I would like it to. So I do avoid putting the retinol on there more than like 1 time a week at this point. Now I have seen people talk about tretinoin constantly, and they're like, this will save your life, and they look beautiful. Like every before and after I've ever seen of somebody using tretinoin, they start off like me, and like the after portion, it's like a freshly glazed Krispy Kreme donut. Like they're just glistening, which is the end result that I would absolutely love to have, but I just don't know if tretinoin is just like too intense for somebody with skin like mine. I know you can start off slow and then kind of gradually build up to like a higher level. I just don't know if I would end up like disintegrating if I tried to use something that intense on my face. Now this next recommendation here, like this is kind of like what I was hoping would be the holy grail, and I would never have to put anything else in my face, because this has got everything in it. This has got vitamin C, vitamin A, which is, you know, like a retinoid, hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, salicylic acid. I was like, beautiful. I can put one thing on my face. This costs like $20 something and I'm done. But I'm discovering that's not really the case here. So I have still been using this, and I do like that it has like a whole bunch of serums and stuff all in one, but I don't think it's gonna fix any of this on its own. I'm gonna take this bad boy, I'm gonna slap it over the rest of my face. The next thing the internet has not stopped talking about, which I actually kind of got into this before the internet started talking about it. This is azelaic acid. I get the 20% from Dermatica. I originally got this because I was having like a whole bunch of little bumpies on my forehead, and then I had the bumpies down here, and I also have like the KP on my arms and stuff, and I was like, maybe this could help out with that. This really did help with like the forehead bumpies and also on my face. However, like I do think it did help with my arms, but it's also just, it's so expensive to rub on such a large surface all the time. So we're looking for other things to help with like the arm KP. I usually wouldn't use this and the retinol at the same time, but I'm going to use this specifically like just in this area to help with my little red bumps, and also kind of put it anywhere that I didn't put the retinol. My main concern, as I said, is like really intense dryness, and I'm hoping like smoothing out the skin texture and stuff with like retinols and acids and things will help with that as well. But now we're gonna move into like all of the moisture stuff, and most of it is the La Roche Posay, because it's all over TikTok. I can't go onto a skincare moisturizing video without someone saying La Roche Posay, Cicaplast B5 in the comments. So the first thing that I have here is the La Roche Posay Toleriane Double Repair Face Moisturizer. This has ceramide 3 sure, niacinamide, and a prebiotic thermal water. Is this expired or about to be? Oh, that says an 8, never mind. That's not a 6. It also apparently has a high concentration of ceramide 3, niacinamide, and glycerin. It's supposed to replenish essential moisture for up to 48 hours and restore skin's natural protective barrier. So the barrier thing, I thought that sounded pretty good. All right, like a healthy slathering, like I'm buttering up some toast or frosting a cake. There's so much slathering. And while we're waiting for my desert landscape of a face to suck up this product, really quick, another thing that I've been doing to help my skin look as fresh and well rested as possible is getting a good night's sleep on my Helix Sleep mattress, who also happens to be the sponsor of today's video. Between being snowed in for a couple of days after this last winter storm and recovering from a recent surgery, I have been spending more time than usual asleep. I've practically been hibernating at this point, but thankfully, instead of a little pile of sticks and leaves in a cave, I have a soft, comfy, cozy, supportive Helix Sleep mattress to rest on. Today's sponsor, Helix Sleep, makes premium mattresses and bedding that are customized to fit your needs and conveniently shipped right to your door. I've been sleeping on my Helix Sleep mattress for almost 5 years now, and pretty much as soon as we switched over from our old mattress, I noticed I was getting a more restful night's sleep. I was also waking up with less aches and pains, specifically in like my shoulders and hips, and it really did help improve my sleep. And I am not alone in getting better sleep with Helix. 82% of participants in the Helix Whisper Sleep Study saw an increase in their deep sleep cycle. Helix has several different mattresses to choose from, but don't worry, they have a sleep quiz that will help you match you and your sleep preferences to the perfect mattress. I personally like a super soft, like cloud-like mattress, and I am a side sleeper, so the sleep quiz matched me with the Helix Sunset Luxe, and I have been loving it for going on 5 years now. Helix also offers a line of mattress toppers for those looking to upgrade their current mattress without replacing the whole thing. The toppers are a great way to extend the life of your old mattress while also enhancing your sleep quality. With your Helix mattress, you get a 120-night sleep trial and a lifetime warranty. Plus, with the Happy with Helix guarantee, you can rest easy with seamless returns and exchanges. And the best part about all of this is that Helix will deliver your mattress to your door for free within the US. I've been loving my Helix Sleep mattress for years now. If you think you would too and you're looking for a comfortable night's sleep, then be sure to check out Helix Sleep. Right now is a great time to head on over to helixsleep.com/Alexandria to take advantage of their President's Day sale exclusive partner offer and get 27% off site-wide. So click the link below or go to helixsleep.com/Alexandria to get 27% off site-wide. And just thank you so much to Helix for sponsoring today's video and helping to support the channel. This is something that I do for internal moisturization to make the insides moisturized. This highly suspicious looking glass of fluid here. This is Optimized Minerals, which is something that I have been bombarded with on the TikTok. Like every other video, I see the same bearded man selling me Optimized Minerals, and I'm like, sir, I've already bought your stuff. It's like every other video. It's supposed to have minerals that are optimized, and one of the things that it said it was supposed to help with hair, which you guys know I'm always looking for stuff to make my hair better. It's also supposed to help like hydration and stuff. The Google says it has bioavailable mineral supplementation, magnesium, silica, copper, and selenium to enhance hydration, repair, and collagen synthesis. Something about being anti-inflammatory, which that's always good. Silica supports collagen, and magnesium promotes skin repair and reduces inflammation. I don't know. This is not sponsored. This will be a terrible ad for their little mineral drink here, but it's just such an appealing color. It does not taste fantastic, but it's not terrible, but I'm hoping it will help with hair and skin stuff. Delicious. If I'm being 1,000,000,000,000% honest with you guys, the reason I finally broke down and bought some Optimized Minerals is because I saw a video of Jensen Ackles saying that it was one of like the things he couldn't live without. If you guys have ever seen those videos, like they say multiple different things like they can't live without, and Optimized Minerals was one of them, and I was like, well, that's a compelling argument for me, so I went ahead and tried it. If you guys don't know who Jensen Ackles is, it's Dean from Supernatural. And then of course, I'm always trying to keep a giant jug of water with me to like drink throughout the day and stuff. One other thing that I am trying now, this isn't sponsored, but they did send this to me from Ritual. It's like a vitamin brand. This is a Hyacera Daily Skin Hydration Supplement. So I'm hoping, like, I'm putting stuff on the outside of the skin. So I'm hoping more like internal supplementation for moisturization is gonna help a little bit. All right, I'm thinking the first layer of moisturizer is kind of settled in a little bit. Now we're gonna go in with the thing that like I cannot escape in a TikTok comment section. Like if I'm looking at a skincare TikTok, this little bad boy is in the comment section. So many people are like, it saved my skin, it's a miracle, all this kind of stuff. So that's what we're hoping for. We're hoping for big miracles. This is the La Roche-Posay, got a little squeaky at the end there. La Roche-Posay Cicaplast Balm B5 Plus Soothing Therapeutic Multi-Purpose Cream. It is a dimethicone skin protectant that temporarily protects and helps relieve chapped, cracked, chafed skin. My goodness. I have seen that people say like this, you're not supposed to put this on your face every day, but then some people in the comments are like, I use this literally every single day and it like saved my skin. It does say on here, it also helps treat and prevent diaper rash. Just in case. I feel like this would be a very expensive diaper rash cream. But I also have it in like a spray version because some people said don't do this one, do this one, but then some people said do both of them, and I was like, you know what, I feel like this is a both of them kind of scenario. So this one is the La Roche-Posay Cicaplast B5. Oh, but there's not like a plus sign next to this one. I'm not sure what the difference. Oh, this one probably couldn't be used for diaper rash. Maybe that's what the plus is. It's like, it's for your face, but also. This one is just the Cicaplast B5 Spray Soothing Repairing Concentrate. Helps repair the skin barrier with 24-hour hydration. It's supposed to instantly soothe. It has an invisible texture, touch-free application. Oh, but you can also put this on babies. It is for dry, compromised, sensitive skin, which yes. And it says that your skin is supposed to feel instantly soothed and discomfort sensation is reduced over time. The invisible texture spray helps repair the skin barrier and makes the skin look healthier from week 1. So it might be overkill, but I'm gonna do a little spritz of this and then I'm gonna cover it up with this. I hate spraying stuff on my face so much. I think that was more than a little spritz. Might have gotten carried away, but it does feel really nice. I know it said like a no-touch application, but I'm touching it. Okay, so usually at this point in like my little skincare adventure that I'm on here, I'm like, oh, my skin's looking kind of nice, kind of dewy, kind of glossy. I bet my makeup is just gonna go on flawlessly and I'm not gonna look crinkled like an old leather sofa. But usually that's not what happens. But I'll show you guys like where we're at right now. Oops. Okay, I mean, not perfect. We have redness and stuff going on, but that's what the makeup's for later. But like, you know, there's some dewiness, there's some glossiness to my face. Things are looking not dry and crumbly. You know, I'm pretty okay with how my skin's looking right now. It feels fairly soft. I mean, definitely some of the more textured areas are still like raised and you can feel them, but like that feels very smooth. That's practically like a baby's bottom, which is convenient because the next thing we're about to put on is, it doubles as diaper rash cream. I think my nose is mad about something I've done to it. Right there, right on top of it. All right, now this stuff, you do have to rub it in very well, because if not, you're gonna get a nice just white cast all over your face. And what I'm hoping that I'm doing with this is basically sealing in all the other stuff. It's giving a little, hello. All right, I might have gone a little bit overboard, but look at that. That forehead looks like a freshly Zamboni'd ice skating rink. This looks like it should, my makeup should be just smooth and flawless and stay that way. But for some reason it doesn't, and I need your help. Okay, folks, I went to go grab a hairbrush because I keep touching my hair with my lotiony hands. That's getting all stringy. But while I was in the bathroom, I did notice that I've done something to like just this section of my face. I could kind of tell that my nose was tingling after something. What it was, I don't know. Now I have little red bumps just right here, nowhere else. That's fun. That's new. Don't know if I like that. Like my face, it feels like so moisturized and how could it not? There's 47,000 layers of cream on it, but it feels very moisturized. It needs just this soak. We gotta let this soak for a little bit. I feel like any makeup or foundation might just slide right off. Now, one thing I've been seeing everywhere recently, which is kind of like a little spooky to me, is peptides. Now, I know there's peptides in like a whole lot of stuff. Like there's peptides in these serums and stuff. I think they said there's peptides in like the drink I had. Your body naturally creates peptides. But what I've been seeing a lot on TikTok which makes me just a little bit nervous, is that people are purchasing bottles of all sorts of different peptides. There's a billion different names. I think Retta is something that they've been talking about, and then actually one that I have here, not the same precisely thing, hold on, the GHC-KU. They're ordering bottles of peptides from the internet, and they're taking actual like syringes and injecting themselves at their homes with peptides that they purchased from the internet. I'm sure not under any like doctor supervision, to be able to increase their skin hydration and elasticity and like collagen and youthfulness. People are injecting like internet liquids into the, I feel like that's maybe not the best idea. But this actually isn't a skincare thing, but as you guys know, hair loss issues. Oh, that's actually why like I've chopped off a whole bunch of my hair, because it was getting really like thin again at the ends. But in looking into like all this peptide things, which is incredibly confusing, I did see a lot of people saying that it was good for hair growth. So I'm pretty much willing to try just about anything for hair growth. Now this, no needles are getting anywhere near me from this bottle from the internet. But I've just taken this little dropper, and right now I've been trying it like on my hairline just to see what it's gonna do, if I have reactions to it. I don't know if I'm seeing results just yet. I'm about maybe like a third of the way through the bottle, and I've probably only been using it for like a month, so I really wouldn't be seeing much results anyway. However, I will say, and there's probably not a singular chance you guys would see them, but there's a couple little extra hairs here and there, like little infant tiny baby ones. I'm not quite sure if I've noticed before, so it could be something. I'm gonna continue to give it a bit of a try along like the front section, and if I do see any results, I'll start like moving it back through the rest of my hair. I just didn't want to try it on like my whole head and then have a reaction to it and then my hair just fall out. But yeah, this is the Cellular Glow Copper Peptide Hair Growth Serum, 10% GHC-KU and then 5% AHKCU. All right, so the entire lotion factory that I had on my face has seemed to nicely absorb in. And honestly, my face is feeling pretty good. It feels nice and hydrated. It feels like prepped and ready for makeup. There's bumps. I don't know what the bumps are about. We're just don't worry about it. It'll be fine. So before we get into actual makeup and the skin tint that the internet basically like forced my hand into purchasing, I am going to prime. I used to be against primer. I was like, you don't need primer. Apparently I do now. So I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer, which I literally got this like 2 days ago. I've already lost the lid. But when I was looking up a good primer to go with the skin tint that I'm gonna show you guys here in a second, this one kept popping up. So the internet suggested this one as well. So I'm gonna go in with this primer. I'm gonna smoosh it around with my hands, and then I'm gonna take my beauty blender and just kind of tap it in just a little bit so it's not too thick in places. All right, that's all smoothed in. Everything's looking good, feeling good. Nothing's like peeling up, balling up. So we're gonna move on to the skin tint. And this is the daggone Kylie Cosmetics Skin Tint Blurring Elixir by Kylie Jenner. I have seen so much about the skin tint recently. People are saying this is like their holy grail skin tint, best thing ever. And I was like, okay, I have to try it. I actually have another skin tint on the way. I ordered the Ilia skin tint. I have no idea when that one's supposed to arrive. I absolutely should have waited for that one to come before trying out this one, but there were so many people saying like this is the best skin tint ever, so I was like, I got to try it. I have already tried this skin tint out one time. I got mine in the shade 2.5 in, and I think it was pretty okay. I wore it for the video where I was talking about how dry and crinkly my face is. So I was really hoping that this would give more of like a really natural like glowy finish, but unfortunately that's not exactly what I personally got from it. But you are supposed to shake it before you apply it. All right, so it is super like liquidy. It really drips and everything. I guess I could zoom you guys in a little bit more so you can see what's going on. And I am gonna use a brush at first to kind of spread it around, because I feel like the beauty blender just sucks up way too much of the product, but I'm gonna use it just to kind of smooth it out at the end. Okay, now it's kind of spread out. I'm just going to tap around with the beauty blender, and I think it looks pretty good. I do. The coverage is pretty light, especially for like how much I sheared it out, but I really wish it had a bit more of a glow to it. So here is the skin tint on one side and then one side with nothing. It definitely evens out like the skin a little bit, but you can still see blemishes and stuff coming through. Like you can see freckles, you can see the weird little red bumps that came out of nowhere. You can still see some redness and that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna try to build it up just a little bit, especially in this area. And down here is where I get a lot of redness. All right, so now we have 2 layers built up on this side and nothing on this side. I actually think it looks pretty nice. I do think it's having a bit of a hard time, especially with the redness that came out of nowhere. My bumps and stuff around my nose, but like, I think it's looking pretty okay. However, I just don't know if it's gonna look good like 30 minutes from now when I'm done with my makeup, because my skin will not stop crackling. So I decided to do this side of my face a little bit different. I squeezed it on, went in immediately with the beauty blender because it's just easier, but I know it does soak up more product, that's for sure. But I think I like the single layer like beauty blender side better than I do like the brushed on side and then like kind of the layered up side. This side actually looks more patchy to me and this side looks a bit more like smooth and natural. So maybe this is a very much so like less is better more kind of thing because I actually think this side looks nicer. I don't know if you guys will be able to tell on camera. It might be like too subtle of a difference, but I don't know. I like this side better. All right, so I am going to do just like the rest of my makeup kind of on top of this, a little bit of cream like contoury bronzer. I'm thinking the Kylie product just might not like to be layered on top of each other. Maybe it is definitely like not a buildable product. I'm trying to cover up this like empty spot next to my eyeball and it's just not working. Okay, anywho, I'm gonna do, like I said, some cream kind of contour bronzer stuff. I'm going to lightly set with just the tiniest touch of setting powder, do some blush, highlight, that kind of stuff, and we'll see where we are at the end of this. Am I gonna be a crusty, dusty crypt keeper, or am I gonna be, you know, a 33-year-old? We'll see. What is that? That's a fun red spot. Oh. Break out a little bit of concealer on that over there. There we go, just cover that right up. I think another little red spot might be popping up here. All the makeup is on. The table looks like a war zone. It took me minimum 4 different times to try to get just mascara on this eyeball without it looking insane. It was a bloodbath. I'm not, like, look at this. I'm not kidding. We have fallen soldiers. We have just carnage. Got black smudges all over my fingernails. I reached back to scratch my head. I pulled out a chunk of mascara from my hair. Anywho, okay, this is my final makeup look using all of the products suggested by the internet to make me not look like a mummy. Mummies are probably better preserved than my skin, actually. Now, I do think this is like the least crusty dusty my makeup has looked in quite some time. I did finish off with this one size powder melt glass setting finishing spray, which I've seen like one size suggested a lot as well. So like with everything, all of the serums and all of the creams and all of the skin tints and the primer and the setting spray, I do think this looks like pretty okay. Unfortunately, this is like freshly done. So maybe I can update you guys in a little bit and we'll see how crinkly I start getting, or maybe I won't start getting crinkly. Who knows? Maybe maybe we've figured it out here. But unfortunately, I do think something has gone awry along the way. So I did start, you know, the little bumps right here happened first, and then I started noticing, oh wait, there's a little patch right over here too. And then interestingly enough, I'm like, oh, what's this? What's that? What's this little patch right there? I don't I don't know what did it. I don't know which thing in what order in what combination has ended up like breaking my skin out. It's a lot of stuff that I put on my face today, and a lot of it is quite new to like my routine because I have just been trying to get rid of my super dry skin. So there's at least 4 to 5, 5 new things, pretty like fairly new within the past couple of days. 5 new things that I put all on my face today. So it's gonna be a little hard to narrow it down. So for right now, at least I think my makeup looks kind of okay. So with everything all finished up and set and sprayed up, it does look fairly like luminous. I think it is a nice, very basic kind of face of makeup, but it does still look fairly makeup-y. My dream, my absolute dream, is to have that just like really nice shiny skin. But I feel like the only way to really achieve that, to where it just looks like you're just like glowing from the inside, is to have not super dry skin, and I just don't know how to accomplish that currently. So hopefully some of these things will actually help, because if you still get up pretty close, I'll turn like the light down a lot so you can see, like, especially the mustache area just like rejects makeup. So like this is already starting to get crinkly here around like the laugh lines, and then a bit around the forehead. And again, like, I don't have much powder or anything at all on. It's just the dryness of my skin. It's like it sucks up the makeup and just makes it kind of crinkly and stuff. But it looks a little bit better though. Yes, okay, the crappy bathroom mirror lighting. This will truly reveal all, because like, don't believe anything you've ever seen on social media. Nothing looks like it actually does. Holy texture, Batman. Okay. So this lighting definitely might help show off more of the concerns that I'm concerned about. So you can see, like, I'm gonna have like lines and stuff, my face just moves. But this is like, it's just so dry feeling, and this is after layers and layers of moisturizer and stuff that you guys saw. Of course I have like some wrinkles and that kind of stuff, but I have all these just like little, it's like lines of dehydration and just so much texture around my face. The skin through here just feels so weird. Like, it doesn't feel like regular human skin. It just has an odd kind of rough texture to it. Okay, now over here on my chin is what I was talking about with like, it's like sandpaper. All these little bumpies and things are just so incredibly rough. And then like the mustache area just always looks ridiculous. Sometimes I even like end up wiping the foundation off this area because it just looks too bad. You can see better there where I started breaking out from one of the things that I put on my face. And then again over here, these are like the little bumpies that I get that I think might be like KP related. I'm thinking maybe I'm turning purple because I might be flushing like underneath the makeup, which is also kind of an issue. Sorry, this is like filmed so weird, but when I start flushing on my cheeks like that, like when I get my like lupus rash, it gets so hot. I've taken the temperature before, and like that part of my face where the rash is popping up will be like 106 degrees when like the rest of my face is regular temperature. So like it'll literally start melting my makeup. But I think that's kind of what's going on here, maybe, is just I'm starting to flush. Just in general, like all over my face, even with this much like moisturizer and primer and, you know, the setting spray and stuff on, skin just feels like dry and textured and just, it's just not looking fantastic, even covered in makeup. Alright you guys, that was definitely a little bit of a different video for us here, but if you have any suggestions on how to fix my face, please let me know down below in the comments. Maybe I should go to like a, I don't know, like a doctor or something, dermatologist, esthetician, or I could just ask the internet and just, you know, like I said, take advice from TikTok video comment section. Thank you all so very much for hanging out with me today. Please go ahead and consider subscribing if you would not mind. It means the absolute world to me. I just hope you guys have a lovely, wonderful, fantastic day, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!